Hi everybody, my name is Jason.
I'm Caden.
I'm Jaden.
I'm Eli.
And we are the Yahuwah and the Torah channel, and we are actually going to be doing two sections in one section today. Because we just did one and we were on the wrong chapter and we got to the middle of it and I'm like, wow, this doesn't sound like we haven't read this. And I just read this thing this morning and so somehow I botched all of this. So here we are reading the Scriptures of Yah, and this is out of this book right here. And considering I already plugged this, the second half of this, I'm not going to plug it again, but you guys can get this book. It's basically $64. Every $64 you put in, you're tossing in $32 that you're going to be tossing into the prisoners of North America. And we are getting awesome books to them. If you don't make it past this section right here, these are the free downloads as well. The links are all in the description, as well as the Amazon books. Gentlemen, this is a little weird of a day. We've never ever done this before, where we jack this up. And in fact, I made it almost through the end of the next chapter of the segment here, and not a single one of you guys said a word until I did.
Well, I wasn't going. I was going to let you read the chat from. Oh yeah, you missed chat. By the way, we can record the next one.
All right.
I don't want to interrupt.
All right. So Jade, maybe you can give me a real recap on this one.
So, last chapter, SHEMU'ЄL, he was. I guess I gotta go back. I don't remember now.
Yeah, we're losing.
Well, the ark came back to the people. SHEMU'EL now guiding the people, teaching the people.
That's good.
And they're all enjoying SHEMU'EL. They're all enjoying like his leadership.
Yeah.
I don't know where we're at.
JD,
yeah. So he basically ruled them, all the people, and they basically made war, peace with the Pelashites. After they went out to war, they won the war, and then they decided to make peace with the Pelashites, and so the Pelashites stopped oppressing them, and then SHEMU'EL ruled them until now.
Okay, all right, so let us begin again. And it came to be when SHEMU'EL was old that he made his sons rulers over Yisrael. And the name of the firstborn, did we do this one? Is it 7 or 8?
We are on this one.
On 8, okay. Yeah. And the name of the firstborn was Yoel, and the name of the second, Abiyah, rulers in Beersheba. But his sons did not walk in his ways and turned aside after their own gain and took bribes and twisted right ruling.
Kind of like the sons of Eli.
Yeah. And all the elders of Yisrael gathered together and came to SHEMU'EL at Ramah and said to him, "Look, you are old, and your sons do not walk in your ways. Now appoint for us a sovereign to rule us, like all the nations." But the word was evil in the eyes of SHEMU'EL when they said, "Give us a sovereign to rule us." So SHEMU'EL prayed to Yahuwah. And Yahuwah said to SHEMU'EL, "Listen to the voice of the people and all that they say to you. For they have not rejected you, but they have rejected me from reigning over them. According to all the works which they have done since the day I brought them up out of Mitzrayim, even to this day, forsaking me and serving other mighty ones, so they are going to you too. They are doing to you too. And now, listen to their voice, but you shall certainly warn them, and shall make known to them the ruling of the sovereigns who reign over them." And SHEMU'EL spoke all the words of Yahuwah to the people and asked them, and who asked him for a sovereign, and said, This is the ruling of the sovereign who reigns over you. He shall take your sons and appoint them for his own chariots, and to be his horsemen, and they shall run before his chariots, and appoint commanders over his thousands and commanders over his 50s, or to plow his ground, or reap his harvest, and to make his weapons and equipment for his chariots. And your daughters he is going to take to be perfumers and cooks and bakers, and the best of your fields and your vineyards and your olive trees he is going to take and give them to his servants. And 1/10 of your grain and your vintage he is going to take and give it to his officers and servants. And your male servants and your female servants are going, and your young best men and your best young men and your donkeys he is going to take and use for his own work. 1/10 of your sheep he is going to take, and you are to be his servants. And you shall cry out in that day because of your sovereign, whom you have chosen for yourselves. But Yahuwah is not going to answer you in that day. However, the people refused to listen to the voice of SHEMU'EL and said, "No, but let a sovereign be over us. Then we shall be, we also, like all the nations, and our sovereign shall rule over us and go out before us and fight our battles." And SHEMU'EL heard all the words of the people, and he repeated them in the hearing of Yahuwah. And Yahuwah said to SHEMU'EL, "Listen to their voice, and make them a sovereign." And SHEMU'EL said to the men of Yisrael, "Each of you go to his city."
So these guys basically are okay with being under oppression, basically becoming like slaves and giving up what they have, all their property. They're okay.
Why did they do that?
I guess they wanted to be like the nations. They wanted a king. They wanted someone to fight their battles. They didn't feel like, because they were losing to the Pelashites before, so they wanted a king and someone to go fight the battles for them, because they saw that Shemuel's kids weren't going to be the ones to help them, because Shemuel went out and led them into battle, and then his sons were evil, so like your sons don't do the same for us, so we need a king to lead us.
Yeah, and so they thought it was going to bring them security and stability, and this is the beginning of the end. All right, we will go into the next chapter right here. Hi, everybody. My name is Jason.
I'm kidding.
I'm Jaden.
I'm Yah.
And we are the Yahuwah and the Torah channel. We are on Rumble. You'll find us on YouTube. You'll find us on Odyssey. You'll find us everywhere. You'll find us in the middle of a little jungle down in South America. That's where you'll find us. And so it is another day. It is a work week here for most of you guys out there. I guess it's a Monday on the Gregorian calendar. We hope that you guys are well. We hope that you guys are blessed in all that you guys are doing. We hope that you guys are reading your scriptures. Guys, this is Yah Scriptures right here. This is the greatest English translation you will ever find. It is by far the only translation out there that has all of the restored names in it, all of the name of our Creator, the name of His Son. And this is a Bible ministry that is built up on prisoners. We are trying everything possible to get as many Bibles into prisons as we can. And this entire industry, what we're doing right here, everything that we're doing here in Boss Clan is because we found a whole bunch of prisoners that had been forsaken, that had been lost, and that had been seeking Yah's ways and his restored name scriptures like this. And so we have sent a lot of scriptures into prisoners. We have talked to a lot of prisoners, and this right here is $64. You will not find a cheaper version of this. Half of this is, it costs us $35 or something like that, roughly, to print it, is what we know of so far. And so the other half of this, 100% of it goes into buying one scripture. So for every scriptures that you guys buy, you're going to be getting one scriptures into our brothers and sisters in the prisons. And so if you guys do not want to buy them, they're absolutely free of charge. They are right here, and you can get the PDFs. You can also get the free eSword. You can get very soon, the free Google app will be coming very, very soon. It will not be updated, and I don't know how far out we can actually get that, because we do need to make some other fixes on it. But it's on its way as well. And if you guys would like to get books, these are all available on Amazon. The links are all across the bottom. Jubilees, Jasher, the Testament of the 12, everything is right there. All right, gentlemen, how you doing?
Good.
Everyone alive?
Yep.
Okay, I guess if you were dead, I would let everyone know, or there'd be silence here. Okay, Jade, what's going on in the book of Samuel?
Last chapter, the people were judged rightly by Samuel. He went around and started. He's now older than he was when he was raised by Eli, but he was a good person. Eli raised him right, and he knows Torah, and he keeps Torah, so he's going around and telling people what to do and how to do it. And they made peace with the Pelishites for a little bit. They have a little bit of a time of peace now. They're back under following Yahuwah, and his laws are not going astray anymore, so they're back in a time of peace.
Okay, all right, so here we go. Chapter 9. And there was a man of Benjamin whose name was Kish, son of Abiel, son of Zerah, son of Bechorath, son of Abiach, a Benjaminite, a mighty man of power. And he had a son whose name was Shaul, young and handsome. And there was not a more handsome man than he among the children of Yisrael, taller than all the other people, by the shoulders and upwards. And the donkeys of Kish, father of Shaul, were lost. And Kish said to his son Shaul, "Please, take one of the servants with you, and arise, go seek the donkeys." And he passed through the mountains of Ephraim, and through the land of Shalisha, and they did not find them. Then they passed through the land of Sha'alim, but they were not. Then he passed through the land of the Benjaminites, but they did not find them. They came to the land of Zuph, and Shaul said to his servant who was with him, "Come, let us turn back, lest my father forgets about the donkeys and becomes worried about us." And he said to him, "See, there is in this city a man of Elohim, and the man is esteemed. All that he says comes true without fail. Now let us go there. It could be that he shows us the way to go." And Shaul said to his servant, "But look, if we go, what do we bring the man? For the bread in our bags is all gone, and there is no present to bring the man of Elohim. What do we have?" And the servant answered Shaul again and said, "Look, I have here at hand 1/4 of a shekel of silver, and I shall give that to the man of Elohim, and he shall make known to us on our way." Formerly in Yisrael, when a man went to inquire of Elohim, he spoke thus, "Come, let us go to the seer. For the Nabai of today was formerly called a seer. And Shaul said to his servant, Your word is good. Come, let us go. And they went to the city where the man of Elohim was. And they went up the hill to the city. They met some young women going out to draw water, and said to them, Is the seer here? And they answered them and said, He is. Look, ahead of you. Hurry now, for he came to this city today, for the people have an offering on the high place today. As you come into the city, you are going to find him before he goes up to the high place to eat. For the people do not eat until he comes, for he barak the slaughtering. Afterward, they who are invited to eat. And now go up, for you should find him about this time. And they went up to the city. They were coming into the midst of the city, and saw SHEMU'EL coming out toward them to go up to the high place. And Yahoo had revealed to SHEMU'EL in his ear the day before Shaul came, saying, At this time tomorrow I shall send you a man from the land of Benjamin, and you shall anoint him leader over my people Yisrael. And he shall save my people from the hand of the Pelishites. For I have seen my people, because their cry has come to me. And when SHEMU'EL saw Shaul, Yahuwah said to him, See, the man of whom I spoke to you, let this one govern my people. And Shaul drew near to SHEMU'EL in the gate, and said, Please inform me, where's the house of the seer? And SHEMU'EL answered Shaul and said, I am the seer. Go up before me to the high place, for you shall eat with me today. And tomorrow I shall let you go, and make known to you all that is in your heart. As for the donkeys that were lost 3 days ago, do not lay your heart on them, for they have been found. And on whom is all the desire of Yisrael? Is it not on you, and on your father's house, and on all your father's house? And Shaul answered and said, Am I not a Benjamite, of the smallest of the tribes of Yisrael, and my clan the least of all the clans of the tribe of Benjamin? Why then do you speak like this to me? Did we miss a chapter?
Yeah, we're doing
the thing.
Record this one, and you can record the next one.
Okay, yeah, I think we'll have to do these twice. Okay, so here we go. And SHEMU'EL took Shaul and his servant and brought them into the hall, and gave them a place at the head of those who were invited. And there were about 30 men. And SHEMU'EL said to the cook, Bring the portion which I gave you, of which I told you to put it aside. And the cook brought out the thigh with its upper part, and put it before Shaul. And SHEMU'EL said, See, what was kept back, it was put aside for you. Eat, for it has been kept for you for this appointed time, saying, I have invited the people. And Shaul ate with SHEMU'EL that day. And they came down from the high place into the city, and SHEMU'EL spoke with Shaul on the roof. And they rose early, and it came to be about the dawning of the day that SHEMU'EL called on Shaul on the roof, saying, Arise, so that I send you on your way. And Shaul rose, and both of them went outside, he and SHEMU'EL. And as they were walking toward the edge of the city, SHEMU'EL said to Shaul, Say to the servant to go on ahead of us. And he went on. But you stand here a moment, so that I let you hear the word of Elohim.
And this is the first anointed king of Yisrael.
Yeah, this is the first anointed king of Israel.
And if people who know Saul, he doesn't end up being the greatest guy, but here he was a pretty good guy. He was decent enough in Yah's eyes, where Yah said he will lead his people.
Yep, absolutely. And so we will actually go back, and we will do 2 of these right now, because we missed it, and I have 2 guys that are just so zoned out, they have no idea that we even missed this. So we will try to do this, and I guess this is the end of the day. We thank you guys very, very much for hanging out with us, for reading these 2 chapters today. This will be a one-off where we actually read 2 chapters in one day. Have a very good day. Much love to everybody.
All right, shalom.